Hey everyone, Thrift Store Dave here. It's been a while, probably a few months now, since I've done a video chronicling my sales. So I have compiled a list of about 20 something of my best margin items for the last couple months. And I'll also discuss what I paid for them so you know how much I made. And this is a loaded video, up to 800 bucks worth of stuff that I sold. So very excited. Let's begin. So we're going to start with a bang. I found this dress at a neighborhood garage sale. It was from the 60s, made by a manufacturer called Goldworm, and it was printed in the format of a Georges Seurat painting from the late 1800s. Again, paid only 15 bucks for it, sold it for 270. Did give a partial refund when the buyer discovered some holes in it, but I was still very happy with the huge profit that I locked in on it. After that, we have a couple less expensive items. One was a Campbell's Soup tote bag that I found for just $2 at the thrift store. Was able to make an easy, quick 10 bucks on it, so I'll do that all the time because it takes up no space. After that, I was able to find a single malt Scotch whiskey themed tie made by Aylin, who made a bunch of these ties back in the 80s and 90s. Again, only $1 paid for it, sold it for another quick $10. Next, I was able to sell a 1990s Chicago Bulls Hanes sweatshirt. Paid only $5 for this, was able to sell it for $20. Got this from from my buddy reseller Stan. After that, I found an old Auburn rubber train set for $5 at the same garage sale that I bought that Georges Seurat dress. So I was able to part with these for just a $10 profit, but I made so much on the dress, I was happy to just move things along and learn about these in the process. Many of the cars were damaged, so I got out from under this one essentially. Next, I was able to collate a group of similar paisley ties made by Polo from lots that I had purchased. Again, price point for each tie was only $1 a piece, so this was a nice $37 profit. After that, I've got an old Mackenzie Childs Mac the Bear plush. This was a great pick I found when I was on a trip to Flagstaff, Arizona at a Goodwill there, and I've only paid $1 for this. Sold it for 20. Right, so we're about a third of the way through so far. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you like what you've been watching. A quick plug for a friend of mine and a family member of mine, actually. His name is Michael Drelishars, and we are first cousins once removed, and he has a podcast called the I Got a Guy podcast. Okay, I'm going to include information about it in my video description, and his story is once weekly he will interview someone with whom he networks and have them share their story about what they're skillful at and see if others listening can gain from their expertise. He was gracious enough to invite me onto his podcast about a month ago, so you can also get my philosophy of eBaying and thrifting and reselling as discussed on his podcast. So please check out the I Got a Guy podcast and let me know, guys, what you think about it in the comments. All right, on with a couple more items that we've sold this past quarter. But real quick, here is a QR code to the I Got a Guy podcast if you're interested. All right, now on with more sales. Made another tidy profit for a $1 tie from a fraternal organization tie. These tend to go pretty quickly. Very glad I got that. Got a few watches from my buddy Tom's lot of watches. This one is a nice brand, wasn't working, someone still wanted it for parts. This other one also was not working, but the person who I sold it to was going to service it himself, and because of how rare it was, he was still willing to pay a good price for it. Switching gears to clothing and accessories, I always grab used kids' hockey equipment when I see it, especially if it's inexpensive. This was a used Bauer set of hockey gloves I paid $3 for, sold it for a quick 15. Also was bored one day, just perused the shoe section, and I found these new without tags fly flop clogs. $5 only for them, was able to sell them for $30 within 2 weeks. Very happy with that purchase. After that, you might think $9 was overpayment for this shirt, but what it was a Cody James fire-resistant plaid shirt. Those are much more valuable. People who weld or do other things around heat for a living need shirts like this so they don't catch fire while they're working. Good profit on that. And then lastly, I was able to make a really good profit on a Lumar changeover contactor. This was from that estate lot that I went to, and you can see that video a few videos back. Paid $35 for this, was able to sell it for $100. All right, so I've got a few more items left to go through, and then I'm going to be doing a rapid fire of a bunch of items that I got for free at an estate clean out where they just asked me to come grab what I want so they'd have less to throw out. So all pure profit. You're going to love what I got in that too. Let's begin. So back to some clothing items for a bit. Was able to pay $2 for this Astros t-shirt that makes fun of their cheating scandal when they won the World Series for stealing signs. So quick $10 profit there, happy with that. Also bought a Polar Tack wetsuit for $13, but was able to sell it for $30. So I accepted a best offer on this because it was starting to sit for a while. It also wasn't in a perfect shape, but these are very expensive, so people are still willing to buy them used. If you can find one in decent enough shape for a decent enough price, grab it. Couple quick garage sale items. This was a pair of old 40s Snow White child coin purses. Paid $10 for them, got out from under them for $15. Thought they'd be worth more. And then lastly, I got a Eddie Bauer puffer jacket in really nice shape at a neighborhood garage sale for just $3. Was able to sell it within just a couple weeks of listing it in the right season for $20. So nice quick profit there. All right, now it is rapid fire time to describe all the things that I got for free at the estate cleanout. First is a machinery's handbook text that I was able to sell for $20. These are usually from the 50s and 60s and people still buy them. I don't know if it for professional use or for library storage, but they go. So very quick 20 bucks there. Was then able to get some RC plane engine mounts. Sold those quickly for $7. Other things for RC planes that I also sold included a sealing iron that people use to glue on the color onto planes that they're flying. Also was able to sell a battery balance charger for $10. Again, cost $0, was willing to let stuff go for less than I might normally. A Futaba 8-channel micro receiver, sold that for $27. Very happy about that. Skipping around the estate, also was able to sell an old Olympus digital camera that was in working condition with batteries as well as memory. Sold that for $20. Also was able to sell a silver clamshell butter dish for $17. I accepted a best offer there. A couple more RC things. There's an airplane incidence meter. This thing doesn't look like much, but people pay $25 for these things. And lastly, the RC chargers, because people want to charge more than one airplane at a time. So this was another quick $25 offer that I accepted. All right, so that wraps up what I've been able to sell for the last quarter or so. I only had $115 invested in all of this. I was able to sell everything that you saw for $800. Very pleased with my margins this time. Very happy with the money I've got towards the next wave of things that I'm going to buy. Please remember to like the video if you have liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you like this content. I try to do this periodically where I bounce between resale videos, haul videos, and then unboxing videos of other things that I buy with intent to resell. Also, please check out my eBay store, LC208. And like I had said earlier in this video, check out the I Got a Guy podcast. I'm Thrift Store Dave. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys again soon.